Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jayo Radhe Govinda Jayo Radhe Shyam Radhe Govinda 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 Jayo Very good. लाल की जय कीर्तन की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय सदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। विरागविद्यानिजभक्तियोगं शिक्षाय सपुरुषं पुराण श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीरधारी कृपाम्बुधिस्तमं प्रपद्ये। अनर्पितं चरिं चिरात् कारुण्यवतीं कलौ समर्पयितुमुन्नतजरसां स्वभक्तिश्रियम्। हरिपुरसुन्दरनुति कदम्बसन्दिकिता सदा हृदयकन्दरेषु सुरतवै सचिनन्दना। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। महाबोधे स्थिरे कनकरुचिरनीलशिखरे वसन प्रसदान्त सहज बलभद्रेण बलिना। सुभद्रा मध्यस्थ सकल सुर सेवा वसरदो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे। श्री जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे। प्रमद मदन लीला कंदरे कंदरते रचयति नवयुनो द्वन्द्वस्मि नवदम्। इति कीलकनाथ लग्नकस्य द्यौर्मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धन त्वं। निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धन त्वं। वागीशयस्य वदने लक्ष्मीर्यस्य वक्षसि यस्य हस्ते हृदये संवित् तं नरसिंहं भजे। भक्त्या विहीनाय अपराधलक्षे क्षिप्तस्य कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि तं शरणं प्रपन्न वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। ऑल टुगेदर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Who made that? I know.
And then we got
One more.
one from Salem devotee. Very special.
So many garlands. My humble obeisances in the divine lotus feet of my Guru Maharaj. Nitla Vishnu Vishnu Parastotasha Shri Srimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosai Maharaj. And similarly to my Shiksha Gurudevs, Nitla Vishnu Vishnu Parastotasha Bhakti Vedanshila Narayan Gosai Maharaj. And Nitla Vishnu Vishnu Par Bhakti Vedanshila Bhakti Vigyanshila Bharti Gosai Maharaj. My innumerable Dandavat Pranams, the divine lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and his prominent associates, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Gosai Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Daita Madhav Gosai Maharaj, and Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. My humble obeisances to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his associates, and to Shri Radha Govinde. Radha Govinde? Radha? Raman Bihari.
You gave the name.
Yes. I gave the name Radha Raman Bihari, right?
Yeah.
It came after so many months. So. And my pranams to all my senior devotees, my seniors here, all disciples of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Please accept my pranams. And also paying obeisances to this special tithi today. Appearance of Shri Ramanujacarya. Srila Gurudev and Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharti Gosai Maharaj, very fond of speaking the life history of Sri Ramanujacarya, the prominent Acharya. Why they liked him so much, speaking about him so much? Because he established the prominency of serving Vaishnavas. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he met these four acharyas in Navadvip Dham, where? In Nirdaya Ghat, Mahaprabhu took two aspects from all acharyas, from four acharyas. Four acharyas means there are four bona fide sampradayas. Shri, Brahm, Rudra, Sanak Sampradaya. Shri Sampradaya, starting from Shri, means Lakshmi. And the Acharya of this Sampradaya, the founder Acharya of this Sampradaya, is Shri Ramanujacarya. Then Brahma Sampradaya, started from Brahma. And the Acharya of the Brahma Sampradaya is Madhvacharya. Shri Brahma Rudra Sanak, Rudra Sampradaya, started by Rudra. And the Acharya of the Sampradaya is Vishnu Swami. And then there is Sanak Sampradaya. And the Acharya of Sanak Sampradaya is Shri Nimbaditya. So these are four prominent Acharyas. We Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we following Shri Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Starting from Shri Brahma, Shri Krishna giving mantras and shiksha to Brahma, and then coming down in Guru Parampara. But Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took this aspect from the philosophy of Shri Ramanujacarya, and that's Vaishnava Seva. Very prominent. And the life history of Shri Ramanujacarya is very touching. Just like a few days back we observed the tithi of Shri Raghunath Das Goswami. Amongst all other Goswamis, If we read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he elaborately described the pastime of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, his life history. Even though his Siddha, his eternal associate, but his life history shows like a sadhaka. How he's giving up, all the time escaping from his home, and how the guards pulling him back. He met Sri Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu sent him back, and then Nityam Prabhu, and then associate. So much is there. Similarly, Sri Ramanujacarya. So many teachings in the life history of Sri Ramanujacarya. So many teachings. If you go visit South India, all the temples are Sri Sampradaya temples. Huge temples. In the followers of Sri Ramanujacarya. And Sri Ramanujacarya's birth is 1017 AD. Long time back. And if you visit Sri Rangam temple in South India, this is a deity of Sri Ramanujacarya. And there is a belief, everyone say, even the priests, pujaris who serve deities, they see his nails growing and his hairs growing. And they have to cut the nails and hairs time to time. It's a living. Living. And it happens so that when, I'm coming to this point later, but anyway, there's no sequence. It's more spontaneous. When Sri Ramanujacarya started preaching, then disciples, they said, Gurudev, we always feel separation from you. And of course, the disciples should feel separation from one Guru. If a disciple is not feeling separation from Guru, then forget about feeling separation from Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna. If we don't develop that love for our Gurudev, we cannot develop love for Krishna. Yasya devya parabhakti yatha devi tatha guru tasyat kathitam artham prakashante mahatmana. Equal love for Krishna and Guru. And that's why Narottam Thakur is praying, Shri Guru Charane Rati Eise Uttama Gati. Shri Guru Charane Rati. The attachment to Shri lotus feet of Shri Guru is Uttam, is topmost Gati. And that's the only purpose. Associates of Lord, of Mahaprabhu, of Radha Krishna, they possess with this mood that our worshipable is Mahaprabhu. Like if you ask Rupa Goswami, who's your worshipable? He will say Mahaprabhu. If you ask Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, who's your worshipable? Will they say Krishna? Radharani. But according to Sadhaka, if you ask what's your worshipable, then Shri Guru. And our Gurudev also used to say this. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada used to say, my Guru Maharaj, everywhere, my Guru Maharaj, my Gurudev. That's our worshipable. In Sadhak Bhumika. But when it comes to the Siddha Bhumika, then it's totally different. And therefore, Shri Guru Charane Rati Eise Uttama Gati. And we have seen example how our Srila Gurudev, all our Acharyas, they have not given their possessions, they have given their life. You know, it's easy to give your money, it's easy to give your house, sell your house, easy to give your ornaments. I've seen this. It's not that easy for those who don't want to give, but of course it is for those who want to serve. But I'm saying because I've seen this. I've seen this. Years back, there was a temple was coming up and there was one sannyasi, he spoke Harikatha and described how Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he struggled so much to serve the mission of his Guru Maharaj and he has given his life. So you people, you can't even give a portion of your wealth. It was very touching class, and then all ladies, they took their rings, their necklace, their bracelets, all gold and everything, and offered. It's just a matter of inspiration. But even though this is not easy to give, as Prabhu said, but still there are many who are willing to offer. How about, is it easy to give one's life to Gurudev in a mission? Not easy for many, but there are examples of our acharyas. They've given their life to serve the mission of Mahaprabhu, which is more important than the possessions. Yeah. So that's why Shri Guru Charane Rati, the attachment to Guru, the most important factor for a sadhaka. And this is seen in the life of Sri Ramanujacarya. So his disciples feeling separation from him, and he conveyed to him, Guru Maharaj, when you go for preaching, we feel separation from you, and we have so many questions. How we can ask those questions? To whom we can ask those questions? In those days, there was no WhatsApp, there was no Facebook, there was no messenger to write question and you get immediate answer. He said, okay, I'll be out for preaching, but you can make one figure, one deity out of it. And I will infuse my potency in the deity, and the deity will answer all your questions. And in his presence, a deity of been made exactly look like Sri Ramanujacarya. And that deity is still installed, is still present in Sri Rangam temple. When you go, I've been many times there. Sri Ramanujacarya Sandhi, this is the section, and he's sitting in a posture. So disciples, they used to ask questions, coming in front of Gurudev, this philosophical question or this question about my life, and the deity was speaking. And that was like 1,000 years back. And the Pujari, if you go now, Pujari will say, yes, we are serving our Guru Maharaj deity, and we see the nails growing up, the hairs growing up, and we have to cut time to time.
Do they ever ask him questions?
That I don't know. So, it's so amazing. This shows Nitai Charana Satya Tahar Sevak Nitya. Shri Nityam Prabhu is eternal, and his sevakas, associates, are also eternal. So sometimes they manifest this kind of pastime of speaking, and sometimes they just don't want to get disturbed. They go to Samadhi. You know Samadhi? What is the meaning of Samadhi? We say Srila Prabhupada's Samadhi in Vrindavan. Just you enter Vrindavan, and the very first darshan is Srila Prabhupada's Samadhi. What is the meaning of Samadhi? In a very general terminology, not very difficult one. Absorption, yes. Trance. And I heard other version, Samadhi means do not disturb. Because of absorption. Because of absorption, that's exactly the meaning. In many devotees, they get experience. Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada came in the dream and speaking. This shows eternal personality. Anyhow, Sri Ramanujacarya, he took birth in South India, Tamil Nadu, the state Tamil Nadu, South India. From very childhood, very fluent in learning shastras and in speaking. Nobody has ever taught him anything, but he just spontaneously, he knows everything. And why not? Because he took birth on the day of the appearance of Lakshman. And that's why his father and his mother Kantimati, they gave him name Lakshman Deshika. Because it's incarnation of Lakshman. Ramanuja. Anuja means younger brother. The younger brother of Ram, Ramanuja. And who's younger brother of Ram? Lakshman. So Lakshman came himself as Sri Ramanujacarya. You see. And having all those symptoms, transcendental symptoms on his body was been seen. His father put him in the school, in a Gurukul, and the teacher was Yadav Prakash, who was Mayavadi, impersonalist. And he has his own ways to explain the meaning of the Vedas. And it's so confusing because Vedas don't speak everything straight. Veda speaks indirectly. Indirectly. There's one verse. Parokshavad Vedoham Balanam Anushashanam. Veda speaks everything in Paroksh. Paroksh means indirectly. Just like Gurudev used to say. How Vedas describe Krishna? Oh, there's one young boy, bluish complexion, wearing peacock feather on his head and flute and wear yellow garment. Who's that? So Vedas are not right, saying directly Krishna. Describe the attributes, the features. So that's why Mayavadis, they extract their own meanings. Like, what is that? Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahm. Oh, Bhagwan is Nishaktik. He has no potency. That's the words of Vedas. Nishaktik. Nishakti means, Mayavadi drive the meaning of this word Nishakti means no potency. But Vedas describing Krishna is endowed with all potencies. He has no form. What is that word? Nirguna.
No qualities.
No qualities. Roop, Nirguna, no qualities. But is full of qualities and transcendental. Yes, of course, he is not in the quality of Tamagun, Satagun and Rajagun. But he is Nirguna, beyond this. This is how the Mayavadis drive. So Yadav Prakash was teaching some boys and Sri Ramanujacarya was also one of them, learning from him. But he didn't like his commentaries. He didn't like his commentaries. And once upon a time, Yadav Prakash is saying, oh boy, can you massage my back? And Sri Ramanujacarya, young boy, putting oil on his back and was massaging him. And some other students asked question, Gurudev, how we can describe the beautiful eyes of the Lord? And he said, Kapyasanam. Kapya means, Kapya means, you see in Sanskrit, every word has so many meanings. So Kapi means monkey. And asana means the back portion of monkey. The eyes of the Lord is red, just like the back of the monkey. And Ramanujacarya started crying. He started crying. What is this? This is how we have to describe the beauty of the Lord? This is how Mayavadi does. And Krishna don't like this. If you ask Shri Kunti Maharani, the mother of Pandavas, first canto Bhagavatam, she described the beauty of Krishna right on the face of Krishna. Oh Krishna, your beauty is Namo Pankaj Nabhaya, Namo Pankaj Malini, Namo Pankaj Netraya, Namaste Pankaj Angai. Pankaj means lotus. Your navel is lotus, your eyes are lotus, your face is lotus, your hands are lotus, your feet are lotus. Everywhere is lotus and lotus. See, this is how we have to compare the beauty of the Lord with something which is beautiful. We can't say the back of an animal. Monkey. That's so weird. So Ramanujacarya started crying. Tears fall on his back of his guru, Yadav Prakash. And he turned around. Hey, why are you crying? You see, I didn't like your explanation. This is how you have to describe the eyes of the Lord? So you know better than me? What meaning can you extract with this word kapyasana? He said, Gurudev, is that simple? According to Sanskrit, kapyasana means lotus and sun. When there is sun rays, the evaporation comes from the lotus, and the eyes of the lotus, the eyes of the Lord is just like reddish like lotus. Yada Prakash heard this. Inside he was satisfied. Actually it's supposed to be like this. But now he's playing the role of a guru and he can't accept his defeat. And he said, you know better than me? You don't know anything. Just go away. But all other boys were impressed to hear this. Wow, that's great explanation. Actually, the eyes of the Lord should be compared to as lotus. And Gurudev Yadav Prakash is totally weird. Yadav Prakash, he felt so bad. And he's thinking, this boy is very sharp. And if he start speaking like this, then I will not going to get any adoration or any name. Better I should kill this boy. This was in his mind. And then another incident happened. The territory where they were all staying, the king of the territory was Chola dynasty. Very famous. We used to read in our history. Chola dynasty. The Chol Raj, the king Chol Raj, his daughter got haunted by a ghost. And Srila Bharati Mara used to describe, he climbed on a tree. Yeah. So Chol Raj, he know that Yadav Prakash is very powerful Acharya and is very fluent in the scriptures. So he called upon Yadav Prakash, please come and help my daughter. She possessed by a ghost. Yadav Prakash came with all his disciples. And all disciples means his own disciples. Shri Ramanujacarya was also there. Shri Ramanujacarya was also there. And Yadav Prakash starts reciting mantras. Hey ghost, get out from this body. And the ghost turned back, spoke to him. You cannot do any harm to me. And I'm not an ordinary ghost. I'm not an ordinary ghost. So your mantras has no effect on me. I can only go if I get the Charnamrit of a pure devotee. Same incident happened in Vrindavan. You know this story? Okay. You don't know this story? Of Gurudev's Charnamrit? No, years back. Okay, let me finish with Ramanujacarya first. So Yadav, when the ghost said this, then everyone was surprised. He said, yes, Yadav Prakash is Gurudev, is pure devotee. But the ghost said, no, I want Charnamrit of Ramanujacarya's lotus feet. This boy, Lakshman Deshya. The king heard this. And there's different versions. Some say, the ghost said, I want to place the lotus feet on my head. And some say Charnamrit. But in any way, Ramanujacarya, he placed his lotus feet or he gave Charnamrit on the head of that girl. And the ghost left her. And she became normal. But Yadav Prakash felt so bad, so hurt. Now he's getting famous. I'm not. You see? So therefore he started a plot. He made some disciples along with him and they made a plan. We have to kill him because he's getting famous. And now he got so famous because now king is so impressed that he helped the daughter of king. And ghost said, I want Charnamrit of your disciple, not you. Imagine. Therefore he wants to kill Ramanujacarya. That Vrindavan ghost story some other time.
Oh.
So in this way, Sri Radha Prakash, he planned something. They wish, let's all go to Kashi, a tirtha, for tirtha. And in those days there was no train, no buses. Everyone has to go walking, crossing all the forests, mountains, rivers like that. And there was a trip for 3 months. We're going to come back after 3 months. So Ramanujacarya came back to his mother, Kantimati. Oh mother, I want to go with Gurudev. All other boys are also going. I want to see, I want to learn so much. She said, no, I don't want to send you alone. Then Kantimati's sister also had a son, his name was Govinda, who later became the servant of Sri Ramanuja. Govinda, the aunt of Ramanujacarya, said, okay boy, my son also going, you can also go, no worries, I will explain to your mother. And she explained, there's no harm, let the boy go, they will learn more. And finally she said, okay, I'm giving you permission. Now in the forest, when they were walking, Yada Prakash was ahead, leading the group. All the boys were following him. And Govinda, who was cousin of Ramanujacarya, he told, your life is at risk. If you can escape, immediately escape from here. Because I heard this plan. They have made this trip intentionally to kill you in this forest. So I am informing you, just go away. And in the night, when there was sunset, it was dark, Ramanujacarya changed his route. And all others were just walking and they slept somewhere in the forest and they already saw Ramanujacarya is not with us. Ramanuja is not with us. That means Yada Prakash was so happy and satisfied, assuming that some animal would have eaten him. Some tiger, lion would have eaten him. So our purpose is solved. But Ramanujacarya, it was dark, dense forest. And he was so thirsty, he didn't eat anything all day. And he was so thirsty. He saw one hunter and his wife sitting under the shade of a tree. Sri Ramanujacarya approached to them and said, I'm very thirsty. The hunter and his wife, the wife said, oh boy, your face looks so pale. I think you are thirsty. He said, yes, I'm very thirsty. I'm just about to die. They said, don't worry, we can give you water. But then Ramanujacarya thought, I'm Brahmin, high-class Brahmin. I cannot take water from these hunters, they're Shudras. That was the standard of Brahmins. They will die, but they will not accept anything from the Shudras. That was the standard. Then he thought of one example which happened in the past. One president. That once upon a time, a Brahmin who was also in the same situation was leaving his body. He was having nothing to eat. And a Shudra, he cooked, this dal, urad dal, black color, urad dal. Some boiled dal. And this Brahmin, he accepted from the Shudra that dal, but then he didn't accept the water from them. And they said, since you ate that urad dal, water was also there. So how can you not accept the water then? So Ramanujacarya is thinking this happened in the past. When is the question of life and death? There should not be any other consideration. I must drink water. So he took handful of water, 1, 2, and 3. That's it. He said, no, I cannot drink more than this because this is enough to sustain my life. That's all. But I can't take more than this because Shudra, hunters. Because he drank water, he became relaxed and he became drowsy and he slept. In the morning when he woke up, he saw a hunter and his wife is not there. And he saw some people walking by in the forest. And they asked, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm going to Kanchipuram." They said, "Kanchipuram just here." And to a surprise, how I came here overnight. And where is that hunter and the wife of hunter? He was surprised. Moment he saw Kanchipuram, he ran in the temple and he saw the pujari, who was a pure devotee who used to speak to the Lord. Imagine. Lord Varadaraj used to speak to the pujari. He's so pure. I need this, I want this. So Lord already informed the pujari, this boy is going to come here, and inform him that that hunter and the wife was none other than me, Narayan and Lakshmi. We were there to help this boy. When this boy entered, Sri Ramanujacarya entered the temple, paid obeisances, the pujari informed him, "I know you're going to come here. I knew this. Somebody saved your life with 3 handfuls of water?" He said, "Yes." "How you know this?" He said, "Because the Lord told me." And he was present in the forest with his wife, Lakshmi, to save your life. Ramanujacarya was in tears. His heart melted. "Oh my Lord, you came to help me. You came to save my life. What can I do to serve you? What can I do to serve you?" From that day on, he took a promise. "I'm going to bring water every day for the deities." So just like here, Jagannath Prabhu has this temple, this ashram uphill, and we can see the lake. So one river was flowing, it's still there, the river Kaveri is still there. The river flows and the temple was uphill. So Ramanujacarya took this promise, "I'm going to bring every day water for my deities, for my Lakshmi Narayan, because they saved my life." In this way, he came back to his home and he informed his mother that this was the plan, and I'm safe now. My life is safe. She said, "Never go to Yadav Prakash again." Yadav Prakash, 3 months, after 3 months he came back, he came to know Ramanujacarya is still alive. And he heard the whole story. So he was getting more and more envious towards him, thinking that he's not ordinary, he's someone special, but then he's going to minimize my glories. In this way, Sri Ramanujacarya now seeking more and more advice. So he met a pure devotee, a disciple of Yamunacharya, whose name was Kanchipuram. There were Shalpuram, there's Kanchipuram, and there Shalpuram, Kanchipuram, and there was another, I'm forgetting his name. So from him he got so much to learn, all scriptures and all. And there in Srirangam, Shri Yamunacharya, very powerful Acharya, Yamunacharya, because he took birth on the bank of Yamuna, that's why his father gave him the name Yamuna. So he became famous as Yamunacharya. His parents came to Vrindavan to have darshan, and there the mother gave birth to this boy, so they gave him name Yamuna. So he became famous as Yamunacharya. Yamunacharya, he was looking for his successor. Who's going to be my successor? Even though he has very powerful disciples, but still he was looking for someone else. And he expressed this to his disciples, I'm looking for my successor. So one of you have to get Ramanuja to me. Who will go? Goshtipurna. He said, Gurudev, I can go. But how will I bring him? Yamunacharya said, I made one stotram, like we have ashtotams. I made one stotram. You just only have to go in the temple and read that stotram, and Ramanuja, if he hears that stotram, he is going to approach you. This is only. But who? can you go? He said, of course, Gurudev, I will go. So Goshtipurna, he came to the temple. Every day he's reciting this stotra written by his Gurudev Ramanujacarya. And Ramanujacarya was getting water every day for the deities. And he heard this stotra. Wow, beautiful. So nice composition. All glories of the Lord is present in that. And he got so much attracted. Just like Shukdev Goswami, who was totally absorbed in impersonalism. Parinishtapi nirgunya uttam shlok lilaya घृत चेत राजर्षि आख्यम यद्धित्वान. Shukdev Goswami is writing. We hesitate to write our limitations. We don't express our limitation. We always express our qualities. Shukdev Goswami in first canto is writing his limitations. He's saying, Parinishtapi nirgunya uttam shlok lilaya. I was absorbed in that impersonalism, but I got dragged when I heard the composition written by Krishna Dvaipan Vedyas. When he heard the glories of Krishna, the form of Krishna, the glories of Krishna, Shukdev Goswami got totally captivated. Similarly, when Sri Ramanujacarya heard this, he was so attracted. And he said, who are you? And who wrote this? He said, my name is Goshtipurna. And this is written by my Guru Maharaj, Sri Ramanujacarya. Oh, can I see him? Can I meet him? He said, of course. But he didn't inform him, he didn't reveal that this is my purpose, to bring you to Gurudev. This is what he expressed to me. He said, of course, I will take you there. When they both were going to see Ramanujacarya, when they arrived on the scene, means that town where Ramanujacarya, Shirangam, Goshtipurna disciple, he saw big crowd in the streets. Big crowd. And he's wondering, what is this? Is anything happened? And everyone was very sad and quiet. He asked one of disciples, his godbrother, hey, what happened? Why is a big crowd? And he was crying and weeping. I can't tell you. What happened? He said, Gurudev left us. Means Sri Ramanujacarya left this world. And just by hearing this, Ramanujacarya started weeping and crying, bitterly crying. Oh, I wanted to see a Mahabhagavat, a pure devotee. And I'm hearing that he left before meeting me. I was thinking to get initiation from him, but he left me. And Goshtipurna then revealed to him, Ramanuja, actually he sent me to get you. He wanted to meet you. Huh? You didn't inform me earlier. He said, because I wanted him to inform you. I'm very sad. And all disciples were crying. So Ramanujacarya just folded hands and asked all the devotees there, if you all allow me, because I came all the way to see him, can I go near to his transcendental body? Just want to see him, how he looked like. He said, of course. And everybody knew that our Gurudev was looking for him to make him successor. But they didn't reveal him yet. When Sri Ramanujacarya came close to the transcendental body of Sri Ramanujacarya lying on the ground, he paid obeisances and weeping. But he saw something strange. 3 fingers of his Gurudev, Sri Ramanujacarya, was closed. 3 fingers like this. He said, what is this posture? Something surprise. Means unusual. He said, if you give me blessings. So Ramanujacarya is speaking to the departed body of Sri Ramanujacarya. If you bless me, I want to write commentaries on Vedanta Sutra. And one of the finger opened. If you bless me, I want to preach Vaishnavism everywhere. Another finger open. If you bless me, then I will make disciples. Third finger open. And everyone saw this. Gurudev left, but he's still present. He's answering the questions. So unusual. And everyone saw this magic. And they all approved that Ramanujacarya is his successor of Sri Ramanujacarya. They all want to coronate him as Acharya. But he was so meek and humble. He said, no, you all are my seniors. I didn't even receive mantras from him. But they all said, he was looking for you. He wanted you to meet. But then why he left? Why he left? Why he left me? And he was totally broken. The disciples of Sri Ramanujacarya pacified him. He was in separation mood. It's not that he just started dancing and singing, oh no, I'm Acharya. He was totally shattered. I'm bereft of having association of my Guru Maharaj who really wanted to see me. So it took him so long to get back to his normal state because he was totally broken. And all disciples, his godbrothers were taking care of him, pacifying him. Finally, he has to take initiation. Even though, in this case, initiation is just a formality. Because Ramanujacarya already declared, he is my successor. And when he asked for certain blessings, his fingers started opening. But still, to maintain the standard, the etiquette, that yes, one is supposed to take mantras to fulfill the requirements of initiation. Very important. As we see in the example of Sri Narottam Thakur also, when he was a small boy, he took bath in that Padma river and he got the prema. Mahaprabhu assigned, means Mahaprabhu 250 years prior to Sri Narottam Thakur took birth, he took bath in that river Padma and he assigned river Padma the prema, Krishna prema, and instructed, oh Padma, in future, a boy called Narottam is going to take bath in you, you have to give this prema to Narottam. So from very young age, Narottam Thakur, when he got bath in Padma river, he already got prema. And that's the only aim of getting initiation, right? Then why he was running after Sri Loknath Goswami? Please give me initiation, please give me initiation. Why he went to Vrindavan to learn from Jiva Goswami all the scriptures? He already got prema. This is the standard. So in this way, Sri Ramanujacarya, he got initiation from Shalpurna, his godmother. He got initiation and he said, you are my Gurudev. He said, no, you are. So he got initiation from Shalpurna, and Shalpurna paying obeisances to Ramanujacarya. And he got so humble. He said, what are you doing? You are my mantra guru. He said, no, even though I given you mantra, you are my godbrother, but you are like my Guru Maharaj. Because he was very fond of you. So that kind of relationship between them. You see. He said, mantra guru, since you gave me mantra, any instructions to follow? He said, yes. Don't give this mantra to anyone. That's the only instruction. Just keep with you. He said, okay, thank you. He came out, he stood on one big pillar and he called everyone, come here. All residents, come here. They all gathered. What is the matter? Repeat after me. Krishnaya, whatever the mantra is. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Prachodayat. And everyone got initiation. He said, this is the mantra, now you all have to chant this mantra. And some sevakas heard this, they reported back to Shalpurna. What you gave instruction to Ramanuja not to give mantra, and he is openly giving mantras to everyone. And he became very upset. Call him. And the sevakas told, your Gurudev is calling you. He came with folded hands and paying obeisances. And Guru was very upset. Shalpurna was very upset. I told you not to give mantras to anyone. He said, but I know this. I disobeyed you. And what is the consequence? You have to go hell for this. He said, okay. But I also want to know what is the effect of those who chant this mantra. This mantra is very powerful. It descends from Vaikuntha. And anyone who chants this mantra goes to Vaikuntha. He said, that's done now. That's a bold statement. I want all these people who are going to chant this mantra, they go to Vaikuntha, and only me, I alone will go to hell for that. I don't mind. I want all of them to get liberated, and only I want to suffer in hell because I disobeyed you. Shalpurna was totally surprised to hear this answer. Oh, you have so much compassion for the jivas? Because this is the promise. This is what he requested Sri Ramanujacarya's transcendental body. I want to make disciples. I want to preach them. I want to make them Vaishnavas. And one finger opened. So he is obeying his Guru Maharaj. And this is one of the important point. Shri Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Goswami Maharaj is writing in his book, Guru and His Grace. If you read this book, wonderful book. He said, after my Guru Maharaj left, Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, I was also having this concept that one should only get initiation from a Mahabhagavad, Uttamadhikari. He said, I also was having this concept, and that's why I was not giving initiation to anyone. Because I'm not Uttamadhikari. But then he said, after deliberating on the scriptures and some points, my concept changed. And he wrote 3 points there. Amongst those 3 points, this is one point. How Sri Ramanujacarya, for the sake of fulfilling the mission of his Guru Maharaj, took so much pain and risk of his own life that I alone will go to hell, but everyone will get liberated. This is called unconditional surrender. This is something which is very high surrender. Maharaj said, Maharaj is writing in that book, my concept totally changed when I deliberate on this point of Sri Ramanujacarya. Another point he said about Radharani, you all know this story, how she is ready to give the dust, her foot dust on the head of Krishna. So for the sake of serving Krishna, whatever, that's called unconditional love. There is no condition, there is no fear. Okay, I will go hell, I'm ready. But all those who are getting inspiration, all those who are getting mantras, they will achieve their goal. Golok Vrindavan, the service of Radha Krishna, service of Mahaprabhu. I alone can suffer. This is very high mood. So Srila Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, he quoted Sri Ramanujacarya this pastime. The concept of his Gurudev also changed. And his Gurudev paid obeisances to Ramanujacarya. He being disciple was sitting and his Guru is paying obeisances to him. And he just keeps sitting there. Then some God brothers asked, you Gurudev is paying obeisances, you are not even moving, you are just sitting, not even paying back obeisances to him. He said, no. Why? He said, first you ask my Gurudev why he paid obeisances to me. So they all went in his room and said, He's your disciple. Why are you paying obeisances to him? Then Shalpurnas Gurudev said, even though he's my disciple, but I see the qualities, the features of my Guru Maharaj Sri Ramanujacarya in him. That's why I have so much regard for him. Then they all came to his room and asked, when your Gurudev was paying obeisances, why you didn't stood up or not reacting anything? He said, because actually he was teaching me how to pay obeisances. And I, as a student, was learning from him. So when your Guru is teaching you, should not disturb him. That was my mood. I was keep sitting and was learning from him. This is how we have to pay obeisances. That's why. So paying obeisance is also an art. Many of us, we don't know. Even I didn't know this earlier. I learned this from Srila Gurudev, Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. I feel no hesitation saying this. I was in Mathura temple, Shri Keshwarji Gaudiya Math. Gurudev came out from his room and all devotees, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev. I came out from my room and paid obeisances, and right in front of everyone, Gurudev said, you will not get the result of paying my obeisances if you do like this. Because he wants to teach everyone. So he took me as a sample. And what I did, I just fall on the ground, but my hands, everything was under my chest. And Srila Gurudev said, it's not complete. Take your hands out, extend your arms. You should touch on the ground, your both hands, your elbows, your chest. Do it. And in front of everyone is teaching me. Your head should touch, your hand should touch, your thighs, your everything. Flat. And then in your mind, you have to glorify me. Means speak something. Agyanti vrandasya jnananishakaya. Then you will get the result of paying obeisances. So Gurudev is teaching this. And I learned. Whenever I pay obeisances, I remember, sometimes, we get lazy, paying obeisances in a fast way. But then I remember, no, Gurudev told me to do properly. Otherwise, I'll not get results. So Shri Ramanujacarya, his mood was not to receive obeisances from his Guru Maharaj, but actually his conception, his mood was different, that my Gurudev is actually teaching me how to pay obeisances and I'm learning from him. And that's why I was quiet. That doesn't mean I'm qualified enough to receive his obeisances. Then they all heard this. And in this way he was getting so much, he's making everyone so much impressed with his speaking, with his humility, and he started serving all his god brothers. This is something very important. Vaishnav Seva. This is something important in Sri Ramanujacarya's life history. And that's why Mahaprabhu took this concept, this aspect from Sri Ramanujacarya. He took two from every Acharya. Two from Nimbatitya, two from Sri Madhvacharya, two from Vishnu Swami, and two from Ramanujacarya. And if you want to know the details, then read that book, Navdeep Dham Parikrama, the small book. Mahaprabhu is meeting the Acharyas at Rudradeep. You'll get these two. What he took from Vishnu Swami, what he took from Madhvacharya, and all this. Anyhow, so Sri Ramanujacarya he started serving all his god brothers. He never feel that, I'm Guru now, I'm Acharya now. No. Very humble. He was serving everyone. Now, he wants to take renunciation. But how he can take renunciation unless he asks his wife? And wife will not give permission. This is also scripture, shastras. You have to get permission from your wife if you're married, or your mother. And we see the life history of Sri Shankaracharya also. Young boy, he want to take sannyas, but he know mother will not give him permission. So once upon a time, say, mother, let's go take bath in river. And she was accompanying Shankaracharya. That's even prior to 4 other acharyas. long time back. And there because Shankaracharya is Shiva, he made a crocodile imitation crocodile. And the crocodile came and took his feet. He said, "Mother, crocodile is dragging me in water. I'm dying. If you give me permission at the last minute of my life to take sannyas, then I'll get very high designations. If you just give me permission, last minute, because I'm dying, you can't help me." He said, okay, I give you permission. You become sannyasi. He said, thank you, mother. And then he came out from the river. That was imitation. A fake crocodile. And then he took sannyas. Fake one. Anyhow. That's not the case with Vishya Raghunath Das Goswami and Narottam Thakur. Our acharyas have different style of taking renunciation. So, there was one pure devotee, another, his name was Kanchipuram, who helped Sri Ramanujacarya so much, but he was not Brahmin. And once Sri Ramanujacarya asked Kanchipuram, "Prabhu, please come my home for some prasadam, I want to serve you." Why he invited him? To get his remnants. He knows only by honoring the leftovers of Vaishnavas, one can enhance his bhakti. Bhakta pada dhuli, bhakta pada jal, bhakta bhukta avashesh, teen sadhe nirbal. As Shri Naraji, first canto Bhagavatam describing, when the sadhus came in my village, I took their remnants and I got this bhakti in my heart. Similarly, Sri Ramanujacarya invited him and he got busy somewhere, and Kanchipuram came home and his wife, very proud to become a wife of a Brahmin, I'm also Brahmini, she said, okay, stay there. And she gave prasadam. Kanchipuram ate everything and threw his plate out, his banana leaf. And then she smeared that ground with cow dung to make it, to purify that ground. Then she took shower. Then she cleaned all kitchen and preparing for the next offering. When Sri Ramanujacarya came back, he said, "Hey, what are you doing? You didn't even started cooking? Clean, the kitchen is so clean, you're not started cooking, and Kanchipuram will come, I will feel so embarrassed." She said, "He already ate." "What? Then why are you cleaning this?" He said, "Because this place has become impure, contaminated, so I smeared cow dung and I cleaned the kitchen and I took shower for the next offering." He said, "Goodness, my whole plan is destroyed. I wanted to get remnants." He thought, this is not fair. She is so much proud of being Brahmin. But Ramanujacarya was not having this food. On another occasion, again he sent someone was hungry. And Sri Ramanujacarya said, "Go my home, ask my wife, she will give you prasad." So when he approached, she abused him. "Go away from here, beggars, all the time coming here." And he was a devotee. When Sri Ramanujacarya heard this, he felt so bad. My goodness. We are here to serve Vaishnavas. And my wife is doing this again and again. I just want to get rid of her. Because she don't know how to honor Vaishnavas. He made a plan. He wrote a letter and signed the father of her wife. Father of his wife, signed by her. And he sent the same person. "Now you go again." He said, "No, she was very rude with me." No, you go again with this letter and tell your father has sent this letter. He came to his wife again and he said, oh, I am a messenger from your father and there's a letter for you because your younger daughter, your younger sister is going to get married and your father wants you to come there. And she read that letter, oh, there's an invitation. She said, oh, you came from my father. Okay. I'm giving you something to eat. Please sit down. And she gave so much regard. Because she forgot who this person is. Before she abused him. You beggar, this and that. But now she giving so much regard because you coming as a messenger from my father and gave such a good news. My younger sister is going to get married. And then Ramanujacarya entered home. He said, what happened? What's the matter? He said, you see, my sister is going to get married. My father sent a messenger. This is a letter. He said, oh, okay. Then you should take all ornaments with you. And all your clothes with you. She said, why all the ornaments? Few is required. He said, no, if you don't take all ornaments, what people will think of you? That your husband is not looking after you well? He's not giving you gifts? So that will be insult to me. So in this way, Ramanujacarya spoke words. She took big chest of ornaments and her clothes. And the moment she stepped out to go to her father, Ramanujacarya took sannyas. He took sannyas and he became sannyasi and started preaching. Now he started preaching and made so many disciples. Complete South India turned out the disciples to Sri Ramanujacarya. And after Acharya Leela, there are many pastimes. I think everyone is looking at the clock and they are tired. It's time to take prasad. But we honored this tithi by hearing the glories of Sri Ramanujacarya. And there are so many other pastimes. Also the pastime of Sri Yamunacharya. So maybe we will hear tomorrow in continuation of this. To be continued. Hare Krishna. Vancha kaltarubhisya kripa sindhu bevacha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo. Sri Ramanacharya ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari 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 Bol, Shravudev ki jai, Shravudev ki jai, Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki jai, Shri Radha Raman Bihari ji ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. I'm so much thankful to Jagannath Prabhu for inviting me and hosting me, and all of you wonderful devotees participating in this 7 days Harikatha. And we have so many auspicious days in this week. Vara Dwadashi, that's day after tomorrow is Ekadashi, and then day after tomorrow Vara Dwadashi, appearance of Lord Vara, followed by the next day Shri Nityananda Chaturdashi. Wow, that's amazing. Appearance day of Shri Nityananda Prabhu, and then
one day,
and then
no
last
appearances,
day,
but
yeah, the
last day.
Sunday, my last day here in Eugene, not in this world. Can be, I don't know. An appearance of Shri Narottam Thakur.
Wow.
Yes, so
So
we have
Sunday is only in the morning?
Sunday we don't do in the morning.
Yes.
Yes. And some devotees also coming over from Portland from Thursday onwards. I know it.
Actually, on Wednesday,
Wednesday.
we'll have the yagya.
Yes.
Wednesday, first part of the day.
Yeah, we have
But
yagya.
Shravan is coming tomorrow.
Yeah. Shravan is coming tomorrow.
Yes. Did you talk to him?
Shravan.
Oh! Shravan's coming.
With his 2 children.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Also,